So congratulations, you got your business under contract with a potential buyer that hopefully you feel really, really good about. You think they're going to be a really good success for the business, take care of your employees, take care of your clients and customers. What are you looking at from this standpoint, from the time that you go under contract till the time we close on that business and beyond? And I just want to give you a quick overview of what you can expect when you get to that point. Now, first thing's going to happen is that the buyer is going to be providing a list, a due diligence list of information that they need to perform their due diligence. It's going to be a list. Some buyers ask for a lot of information. Some buyers don't ask for that much information. But things like business tax returns, bank statements, merchant service statements, just tons of different information. And I can give you a list of what that looks like if we talk. Give you a couple samples of due diligence lists. But every buyer is going to have their own list. When we get that due diligence list, we're going to need you or want you to gather that information up as fast as you possibly can. We want to not be delaying the transaction, and I say we, me and you. We don't want to be delaying. We want to kind of keep things moving as quickly as we possibly can. So once you get all that information together, we're going to create a share file folder for you. And share file folder is a bank level security folder so that people can't hack that information, and you'll be dropping that information into that bank level security share filing system. There we will give access to the buyer, give access to the buyer's CPA or attorney who else might be reviewing the information and helping them with due diligence. They're going to be reviewing that information. At that point, once you've gathered all that information, the buyer may come back and say, hey, I got this question or that question or this question. So we might have some questions here and there for you. One of the most important things that we do throughout the sales process, a lot of brokers don't do this. A lot of brokers have this mentality that once it goes under contract, you keep the buyer and the seller apart as much as you can. My belief is that we got to keep that communication going. A lot of times the reason why a buyer puts in an offer is not that they not only like the business, but they like you as a seller. And then you, a lot of times, you might have picked them from a couple different buyers. You might have gone under contract not just because they gave a good solid price and good solid terms, but you like them and you think that they would be a good fit for your business. And we want to keep that relationship going. So what we do is we have buyer-seller phone calls after closing, and they usually happen every 2 weeks. We'll jump on the call and we'll start off with you as a seller telling the buyer, updates that's going on in your business. You just hired somebody, you just let somebody go, you acquired a new client, you're getting this done or you're getting that done. Just a quick overview of the business. The buyer then can give an update on what's happening with them and their process of the due diligence of the quality of earnings report, or what's going on with their lending or anything like that. And then we're going to open up for some Q&A. You can ask them questions, they can ask you questions. We want to make sure that communication is flowing between you and the buyer very well with each other. And obviously we're keeping you up. Myself, my office is keeping you up to date. We're keeping the buyer up to date. But it's a lot of times it's nice that you guys two talk together as well. And at the same time, when we do, or if we do hit a little bit of a problem or a little bit of an obstacle, the fact that you two have been communicating, that helps us resolve that. No, but that communication is a controlled environment, because I don't want you as the seller trying to work in your business and the buyer reaching out to you 5 times a day by email or giving you a call constantly. All that information should be flowing through myself, my office. We should be handling a lot of that work for you. We want you to continue operating your business, keeping the numbers up, keep growing that business, keep working on that business, and allow us to do that stuff. But we will need to send you some information. But those controlled calls is we'll get on a call all together. We'll set it up. My office will set up that call. So it's more of a controlled environment, but it's a fantastic way to do that. The lenders at the same time will be asking for some additional information, especially when it goes on to underwriting. Biggest advice I can give you once we go under contract is show up at those every 2-week phone calls that we have and, answer any questions the buyer have, give them updates on the business so that when they do get to the point they're going to take over the business, they kind of know what's been going on in the operation itself, as well as just anytime we ask you for any financial information or any information in particular, if you could provide it as soon as you possibly can. The buyer needs it, or the buyer's attorney, buyer's CPA, or the lender. And we want to keep the deal moving forward. Every day or 2 days it's delayed here and there, it does kind of add up. So how long does it actually take to close in the business? Obviously, to be spelled out in your contract what the expected time is. It could be 30 days if it's a smaller transaction and there's not a lender involved. It could be 90 days if we're looking at an SBA loan. That's kind of an overview of what you can expect once we go under contract.